What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have, I think it's day 5 of our 1-a-day builds for every single weapon, thanks to Title Update 4 and the Gogmazios system. Today, we have a returning favorite. This is my Keep Your Teammates Alive Forever, or the Team Immortality Mushroommancer build. Now, this one I actually ended up just doing a rendition of not too long ago, but thanks to all of the transcending and the way Gogmazios works, I was able to make something even crazier. And at least for me, it does even more damage and it's even more fun to do so. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are rocking Kyrie Verde. This is the Gogmazios weapon. And mine is actually rolled exactly how I wanted it to be for this build. If you've watched any of my videos earlier in this week, you know that I was talking about how I did not think that the 4 attack, 1 sharpness was the wave anymore. And truth be told, I stick to that. But kind of like my Lance build where it was immortality focused, this one is the kind of same. You are not in it for your amount of damage. You are in it to keep everybody alive, and if you can do good damage on top of it, that's a bonus, not a requirement. Okay? Because of that, I rocked the Sharpness Boost, Attack Boost EX, Attack Boost 3, Attack Boost EX, and Attack Boost 2. Okay, no affinity needed. You do and can look for affinity if you would so choose, but this is what I've decided is good enough for me specifically. Okay, on top of that, it is an attack bonus, so that is why we are getting the negative 10% affinity. It's not ideal, but it happens, and there's only so much that you can do. The big thing for this build is Leviathan's Fury. You want to make sure that the active skill for this build is Leviathan's Fury. Leviathan's Fury is insanely good because it is going to not only proc Azure Bolt, but when Azure Bolt procs, not only do you get a little bit extra damage, but you are also going to get the affinity bonus, which is 15%. Meaning, just with that alone, we're sitting at 5%, negating the negative effects of having an attack-focused Gogmazios weapon. The alternative to this is True Omega Sword. Okay, True Omega Sword is still great, is still wonderful. The only issue is you don't get to take advantage of the new Gogmazios setup, which is why I am saying it is secondary only if you don't get anything good for Gogmazios. Okay, Gogmazios is the new standard, it is the new meta, and unfortunately everything prior to is just kind of lackluster in comparison. Even something as cool as the Savage Omega weapons, okay? Next up, we have the Earrings of Dedication. Now, you're probably asking, Sniper, what in the world is this headpiece? Well, truth be told, I was trying to figure out this build for the longest time. I was trying to find different pieces that come with wide range. And this is the one that I found. This one is insane, and the reason it's insane is for 2 reasons. 1, level 4 wide range is really, really nice. That saves us 4 level 1 deco slots. Okay, that is a lot. On top of that, though, it's rarity 6. Because it's rarity 6, that means we get to transcend it. Transcending it normally wouldn't be anything, especially because this was a rarity 6 piece of gear. It was not as good as, say, something like the Geladron helmet that I used in my last Keep Your Teammates Alive build. But thanks to transcending, instead of this being a level 2 deco slot piece of gear, this is now a level 3 and a level 1 with 4 levels of wide range. And thanks to wide range itself, we're able to fully take advantage of everything. Not only do you have the ability to heal your entire team, you have the ability to heal yourself, and I was able to find even more gear to give us Mushroommancer easily as well. So, next up, the odd one of the group is Damascus Coil Alpha. You're also probably asking, Sniper, what in the world are these pieces? I'm telling you, this build is nuts, okay? You do not need this piece to be transcended. Because it is rarity 7, it is not going to get any deco increases. The only one that needs to be transcended for this build is the Earrings of Dedication, okay? Damascus Coil itself has wide range level 1 and recovery up, which are 2 really, really good perks. This build is all about keeping yourself and your teammates alive forever. You are trying to keep everyone immortal, which means recovery up is going to make it to where when you heal them, you are also healing yourself a little bit more. If you can't keep yourself alive, how are you supposed to keep other people alive? That make sense? So, on top of that, we have Lagiacrus gear. This is where the Azure Bolt comes from, thanks to the combination with our weapon. We have the Guardian Arfil Van Braces with Decimator. We are not working into this whatsoever. And that's because Decimator, at least to me, isn't great. When you are playing Sword and Shield, at least, I don't see a point in going after wounds a whole lot, especially when you're playing with other people. There are other weapons that have a lot more uses for wounds than Sword and Shield does. Kind of like Insect Glaive, where you get your Kinsect bonuses. Or you can do Charge Blade and move into Savage Axe. Or you can fill up your amp gauge on Switch Axe. Stuff like that, okay? And last but not least, we have the new Udra Gamma Greaves. The reason for these is because they come with Speed Eating and a level 2 slot. And our Secret Charm. This Secret Charm is actually one that I was talking about the other day with my Immortality build. All you need on this one, ideally, is Recovery Up. The fact that I have one on a Sword and Shield support build with Guard and Recovery Up is crazy. But all you need is Recovery Up and 2 level 1 slots. The reason for it is because you don't really need Guard. Because of the bonuses that were given to Guard Up, Guard itself is still great, it's just not a requirement, okay? So, Recovery Up, 2 level 1 slots. The reason we are rocking all of this is because all of the decos combined together give us some crazy stuff. We have Tenderizer 1, Tenderizer 2. These are going to make sure that we have Weakness Exploit. Weakness Exploit is just going to give us a little extra damage. Because Sword and Shield is one of those faster weapons, you are able to actually kind of focus a little harder where you're hitting, so you can make sure that you always have negative, or you're not ever hitting negative strikes. If you know where the monster's weak spot is, you can guarantee that your affinity isn't sitting at negative 10%, but you are instead sitting closer to about 20%, okay? Next up, we have Shockproof. This is to make sure that we're not messing with anybody, nobody's messing with us. Counter Jewel is for counter strike. Little extra raw damage goes a long way. Then we have Fungiform. This is for Mushroommancer. Mushroommancer is insane because Mushroommancer is going to allow you to heal and buff your teammates without actually using supplies. You use mushrooms. Mushrooms are really, really nice. And we are going to go ahead and stop for a second and take a look right over here at my mushroom support build. Okay, mushroom support is really, really nice, and the reason it's so good is because you get to take full advantage of everything, and it's much, much easier. Mandragoras aren't max potions. Max potions are only going to heal you, but this means that you have 12 different cases that you can immediately heal yourself to full health. Blue mushrooms are a potion, meaning it is going to be easier to get heals off because you're not sitting there drinking it, you're just eating it. And eating with speed eating is much, much faster than the drinking animation in Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, Nitro Shroom, if I remember correctly, is going to give everybody a Demon Powder. Parashroom is going to give everybody Armor Skin. And then Excite Shroom procs one of these 6 variables. Okay, at least to me, Excite Shrooms aren't the craziest thing, but sometimes having the little extra boost is nice. The main 3 are these 3, okay? And then Mandragora for yourself. So, if you are using this build, make sure you have at least these 4 mushrooms. Back to the Sword and Shield. We have 3 protection jewels because at the end of the day, you're probably going to get hit too. The idea is to keep yourself and your team alive, meaning might as well make it a little easier when you get hit to not take a crazy amount of damage, okay? And then lastly, we have Satiated. Satiated is giving us free meal, which still works in tandem with your mushrooms and your potions. So not only do you have Attack Boost 3, Offensive Guard Up, but you have Weakness Exploit, Wide Range, Divine Blessing, Recovery Up, Speed Eating, Mushroommancer, Free Meal. Resentment, you don't really need Resentment, but it's there. Counter Strike, Stamina Surge, and Shock Absorber with Azure Bolt 1. The reason we are rocking this variation of skills on the Sword and Shield is because Shield Handicraft is really, really nice. Guardian Handicraft is really, really nice. Guard Up just got some bonuses and some buffs with Title Update 4, making it a completely viable perk because when you guard naturally, you're just going to take 30% less damage. And then an additional 50% less if you were to block an unblockable attack. It's crazy how much stronger they made this skill. And then Offensive Guard obviously is just going to make it easier to survive, and you get to take advantage of going for perfect guards, which you should be doing if you are playing on Sword and Shield. You can see here we have no active skills required. This is going to make it to where when you were to pop A blue mushroom, 8. Done. Just like that. Don't get me wrong. You can drink the mega potion. Look at how long that took, though. Okay, you see that second one? That's when the potion finished versus immediate, okay? And then on top of that, Nitro Shroom, there's your Demon Drug. Parashroom, there's your Armor Skin. And then Excite Shroom for any of the other ones. That one ended up turning into a blue mushroom. It just kind of depends, okay? And then on top of that, when you are fighting, you'll get the extra bonus from Azure Bolt right there. And Sword and Shield actually got some more love when it came to chaining from Perfect Guards and Perfect Rush. If you guys are like me, you know that Perfect Rush hasn't exactly felt the greatest. Well, it was tuned and it is significantly better to hit now. The inputs do not feel nearly as wonky, which is really, really nice. You can see here, we're at nearly 280 raw attack, the negative 10% affinity, but as long as you're sitting and hitting a weak spot, you're fine. You'll be okay. But the idea behind it is to do some damage and make sure that your team stays alive forever. That is going to do it for me for today's video, guys. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys are as interested in Title Update 4 and other games as I am, make sure to come check out my live stream most nights over at twitch.tv/SnyperSama. That's going to do it for me for today's video, guys. Thank you all for coming and watching. I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.